Welcome aboard, all you wonderful groomers, pet stylists, and canine cosmetologists. You found the Traveling Groomers podcast, where we discuss lessons learned from mobile and house call grooming. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Bear Anthony. Any moment now, we'll be joined by my co-host and friend, retired mobile groomer and educator extraordinaire, Mary Oquendo, and very likely a special guest to help us chat about all things grooming, grooming industry related, and just plain fun digressions that I will totally wrangle back to topic. Grab those travel mugs and climb aboard to see where today's topic will bring us. Let's roll! Pet Edge is your provider for professional grooming supplies at great prices. Check their website often for new products, sales, and special offers. For a limited time, save 5% off your order with promo code TRAVELER5. Find what you need to succeed at petedge.com. Hi, Mary.
Hey there, Chris.
I remembered to hit all the buttons I was supposed to hit and to make this like this kind of magic me remembering stuff. Ladies and gentle groomers, welcome to episode number 305, recorded on August 6th, and that will be airing on September 10th.
So how's it going, Chris?
It's going. I just remembered that, or I just realized earlier today that Groom Expo is 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah.
Super Zoo, by the time this airs, Super Zoo will have been over with. And I'm pretty sure by the time this airs, won't Hershey be over with?
Hershey will have been over with. So, and it's wild. Like, we haven't talked about the Barkleigh Honors Awards at all. We've done zero campaigning on the actual podcast. And by this time, not only will voting be over, but the award ceremony will have happened. And congratulations to all the winners. You worked for this and deserve this. Yay! Where's the thing? Where's the I didn't expect to do a sound, so I didn't have anything queued up.
Well,
right, that's enough of that.
You all deserved it. Good job.
You all, yes, y'all worked real hard. We'll make it like I haven't seen it, the movie.
We have no idea who's even on the ballot.
But no, just make it like the Barbie movie. That thank you, I deserve this. That yes, you did. I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna put that positive energy out there.
Okay.
I may have had a drink before hitting record, Mary.
Okay.
Listen, it's almost 9:30 at night where I am. We're fine.
Okay,
Everything's fine.
At least I had dinner, so I won't be rushing us to get through the recording because I'm hungry.
I see how it works. You don't have dinner before a recording. You get hangry and rushed. I don't have dinner before a recording. You're like, we can take all night. There was no way for Mary to have known that I have not had dinner yet. So that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, but still, I'm in no rush today, so we'll just take our time.
Okay, that works.
If you're watching the video, he's snoozing, so he had his eyes on the door.
He's just all cozy.
He's cozy, and his eyes are on the door because Ernesto has dared to come into my office a couple of times today.
How dare he enter a room in his home that he paid for, the bastard.
Okay, so we have a topic, don't we?
Yes. And I just realized exactly how bad this looked. Because, all right, for those of you just listening and not watching the YouTube video, it's a Kong dog bone toy. But I was sort of playing tug with it, and you just saw like little things at this out of the corner, and I'm like, oh, that looked awful. Mary is looking at me like she does not know what to make of me, and I'm wondering if I should edit that out. Anyway.
Oh, leave it in. That's
Okay, no,
here.
is it funny? Because
Yes.
that is our rule. If it's funny, it stays in.
Funny it stays.
Oh, God damn it. All right.
So we're doing book club. So the Sundays with Mary, we're doing book club like once a month that I do with Denise Harrell. And while it will already be past, it is a little bit relevant to Chris right now. So the book we're doing, well, actually would be this Sunday, is Surrounded by Idiots.
Wait, how exactly is that relevant to me right now, Mary?
Because,
and how offended should I
be? Because the book rates people according to colors. So it's much easier to realize who you're working with rather than some of the older ways of doing it. Like, I know I'm ENTJ, but if you tell me what your letters are, I have no idea what that means.
And I haven't taken that test in so long. Like, I don't remember what I am, or it could have changed. Or yes, I know that you're referring to the Breyer-Riggs personality test. Note to self, do not take that. Do not drink that drink before a podcast again. Oh, empty stomach. Anyway, I know you're talking about the
we know what it's the one with the letters, 16 different combinations.
The personality types,
that you have no idea what it means outside of your own, because that's a lot to keep track of. So this particular book does it by colors: red, yellow, green, and blue. And we're going to discuss it Sunday. Denise and I have already had a pre-conversation about people we both know, and seeing if we're both in agreement about their colors. We were both in agreement about yours.
Myers-Briggs type indicator. It wasn't just me being a little off. I couldn't remember the name. And so what's my color and what's it mean? Because I have Google at my fingertips.
You're yellow and green. So now she's going to Google. But anyway.
I'm Googling yellow personality type. Oh, there's a chart so I can see. Optimism, often associated with enthusiasm, optimism, and sociability. Often seen as energetic, outgoing, and enjoy social interactions. Creative, charismatic, persuasive, with a tendency to be spontaneous and adaptable. Not entirely sure about the spontaneous thing. I want to be.
Okay, so
now I look at the green.
Yeah, but that's only the positive. You don't see what the negatives are. Do they have the negatives up? So the reason I figured out my colors, because I felt very called out by the faults, I guess.
Is this profile for colors?
No, it's. I think it follows something called DESA, DESA. And so as I'm reading through it, and I'm reading like the flip side of the colors, I was like, you suck. You really suck. But anyway.
Disc profile?
I'll have to look it up. Let's continue on with the podcast.
Surroundedbyidiots.com.
Yep.
Oh no, we're not continuing because now I got to know. Okay. Easily become so enthusiastic and excited that some people may perceive them as shallow. Wait, relationship builders. Some people perceive yellow people as selfish, shallow, and overly confident. Some think they talk too much and listen too poorly. Add to that, they can be perceived as unfocused and careless. How is this received when the yellow person hears this? One of two things can happen. Let me see how I'm supposed to be reacting. Either they become distressed and sad, or he starts a violent argument. It actually depends quite a bit. It's about how good you are at giving feedback. Oh, okay. So that's like if you try to tell them, all right, I see that. Because there's a difference in reading your negative things and somebody like telling you these things.
Yeah. There's like I said, there's pros and cons to everything. And the reason, like I'm red and yellow. And the problem with reds is that it just like hits so home is that not necessarily really good with details, not necessarily reading the entire thing. And I know that about myself. I'm a really more of a big picture type of person. So I need to be around people who can, remind me there's the little details, which is why I've learned to be organized, is because I know that's a weakness of mine and I have to work on that. I mean, if you look at my office, I know. And you've never.
No, I'm looking at that and I'm also reading the green, and I chuckled at that. It can be said that green people are complacent and stubborn. And clearly there is that, not because this Taurus is sitting here going, you say that like it's a bad thing. What do you mean stubborn's a negative? What? Sorry, continue. Wow. Wow. I just kind of proved one of the negative things wrong as I was doing further reading as you were talking. That was rude AF. I'm sorry, Mary. Continue.
So anyway, I think the book, because people are usually a combination of two colors, that one sort of offsets the other a little bit. So, but it's good when you're working with other people if you realize what color they are, and then it's easier to like then deal with them. If you know what it is that they need from you, and if you understand what it is you have to provide for them, it makes it for an easier work environment.
You know what? I will 100% go along with that. And it is about time to hit a button. So I'm going to hit a button and then I'm going to go what experience has shown me that this is a thing. Okay. So one of the reasons I think this is so important is that the more we learn about the neurodivergent community and how prevalent that is in grooming, I've had instances where I was having problem dealing with a person and then someone went, well, they're clearly on the spectrum. And I went, blink, 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 blink. Duh. And then everything was fine. And I was like, oh, okay, that's where they're coming at this from. Boom, fine, perfect. No more problems.
So like I'm red and yellow, but my husband is definitely a blue, and I'm not sure if he's got red or green. I have to think on it a little bit more. But it's the fact that he's blue and very detail oriented, which sometimes is a really good thing because it keeps me grounded a little bit. But it's also the source of a lot of arguments because he wants me to explain something and I'll explain it in 2 sentences. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Or I want him to explain it in 2 sentences. What he's trying to tell me, I don't need a whole long story. Just get to the point.
I know nothing of what you speak. I am married to a very wonderful man who has looked up video recipes on how to make pizza bagels. I've stopped trying to figure that out. That's just how yes. Video recipes on how to make pizza bagels, man.
Yeah, he spends a lot of time on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Which now that we've gotten better, which he will filter out the videos that he thinks might be pertinent for me and not.
And not just send you 500?
not just send me 500.
Okay.
So, but anyway, I think after reading the book, I have probably more appreciation for the dynamic in this household.
I can see that. I can see that because now you're like, this is just how he's wired.
Yeah.
And I think we have to do a lot of that when we are trying to deal with people in general.
Yes. I think it can also be used to, well, we don't spend a ton of time with our clients, so to speak, as we do with maybe coworkers and family members. But understanding also how our clients process information can make
Yeah.
it easier to get the point across. Like if I realize a client needs more details that I'm able to provide them, or the client that's just like me, just get to the freaking point already. Can you sum this up in 2 sentences? Good, let's do that.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I think they used to call that, what they call that, Mary? Empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy, that
Well,
thing we're supposed to have for people that walk a mile in someone else's shoes before you judge them and shit like that. Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, it's definitely, I think, a skill that can be used for all aspects of a business. He also has two other books, which I will eventually get to. The other one is um, the idiots. Surrounded by bad bosses and lazy employees is one, and the other one is surrounded by psychopaths. I think that one's going to be really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I think I need to put that. Is that on Audible? That's how I
And
read.
Audible.
That's
Denise reads books. I listen
with
to
her eyeballs.
with her eyeballs.
I read books with my ears.
Yeah, same.
I'm I'm old fashioned that way. I read books the same way that Homer, the one who wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey, read books
Okay,
because he was blind. He was
I'm,
blind, so he dictated all of that stuff.
no, I'm down with that. Um, so yeah, listening to books is absolutely reading.
It's on Audible. Ooh, surrounded by narcissists and
Oh, I didn't
surrounded
do
by
that one.
psychopaths. Ooh, what one do I want to do first?
You know what? I would actually do Surrounded by Idiots first because that's sort of like the baseline.
Fine, making me spend my Audible credits. But fine. No, that looks like a. I should actually use my reading time for good and not just fluff.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing too. I'm actually caught up on a lot of my series. So if I want more fluff, I have to start a new series.
I've got one for you that is on its 15th book.
What's that?
It's called the Wandering Inn series. It is an isekai, which is basically people from our world transported into another world. The dog knocked my camera again.
What's it called?
Uh, the Wandering Inn.
The Wandering Inn series.
The Wandering Inn by Pirate Abba. Oh, I lied. It's on book 16.
Woohoo. They have book one, looks like it's actually free.
Yeah, that's how they get ya. That's how they got me, Mary. There might have been even two or three. There might have been, that's how I started it. And that's how they get ya.
Okay, so
There might be a couple free.
does that show? I'm just going to add it to my library.
Y'all, this is an epic digression. We actually had a topic for today. We had a topic. None of this was it.
Well, yeah, actually, I was trying to wrangle it back to topic by talking about how to use the colors for working with clients. No one
Oh, okay. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
totally missed that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. 'Cause
Okay, so getting back to topic. So,
back to topic.
so one of the biggest issues, of course, that we've been beat the subject to death is that groomers as a whole have a lot of time standing up to clients. Not all.
And I don't mean being an asshole to the client.
Yeah.
You can stand up for yourself and still be polite. Sorry for interjecting.
Okay. So, and one of the things as a mobile groomer would be, I can't work in the van today. It is too hot. I cannot cool the van down enough to safely work in here. And that was sometimes a little bit of a tough topic. So the way I got around it, because I like visuals, right? Just a quick backstory. There's a product, and I forgot how I met her. She's from Arizona.
Oh, Super Zoo.
No, I don't think this.
No? Are you sure?
And I don't think it was. I don't think it was Super Zoo. I mean, it could have been.
Okay.
But the product is called Too Hot for Spot. And it was basically a window cling. So you were talking, this is like, I don't know, 20 years old. And not only does it show, it goes up to 120 degrees, it stops at 120 degrees, also goes down to minus 60. Now the company is no longer in business. But when she was in business, I literally bought a case of these. I have a load of these left, which I'm going to bring to the Rocky Mountain, Arizona. And I'm going to unload them really cheap because it's doing no good sitting in a box in my house. But anyway, I had this on the window and it would show how hot, again, topping off at 120 degrees. It's too hot. I cannot work. It is now noon and I was able to work earlier, but I cannot work anymore at this point. Oh no, it's not that hot.
Mm-hmm.
You have AC in there.
Yeah, it's not that hot. Maybe in your house with the air conditioning. It's not that hot. Maybe under your covered porch with a breeze.
Yes.
In a grooming van is different.
It's a tin can. All right. The sun hitting it. You don't even have the benefit of shade to park under a tree and direct sunlight. So this was a great tool. And there are tons of options besides cheap window cling. Okay.
Hold that thought. We will talk about some of those options after a word from our sponsors. Are you ambitious and motivated? Looking to pivot your career within the pet industry? Hesitant to take the first step? Unsure of how to begin? If so, the Create That Program monthly membership is tailored for you. Gain access to over 20 hours of recorded content, invaluable workbooks, and practical checklists. Additionally, benefit from a monthly group coaching call with Mary Oquendo, a 2-time nominee for Barkleigh's Contribution to the Industry Award. Are you prepared to make a worthwhile investment in yourself? For just $197 a month, initiate your journey towards leaving a lasting mark on the pet industry by joining Create That Program. Join today at createthatprogram.com.
Okay, so I would put it on the window of the mobile grooming van and I would walk them over to it and they'd be like, it's 120 degrees in your van. Yeah. Boy, that's really hot. Yeah, it is. My AC is not going to cool it off. Now, to be honest, I made sure I placed it in direct sun. So there'd be like no questioning my authority. Maybe we should reschedule. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Of course, the other option was, well, can you groom in the house? No.
Now,
Not
Mary, the
house.
other way to phrase that is I'm not set up, I don't have the proper equipment to to set up for house call.
No, that was a flat out no. That was like not even entertaining that thought. Because then I would get clients, well, I could buy some equipment to have in the house. No, no, no. We don't even want to go there. That's not the direction of the conversation. All right.
I actually love it when my clients do that though. Slight tangent. I have one hand strip client who's got two Brussels and she has a folding table, grooming table, like a regular little one. And she got one of the lazy Susans with the arm on it, like I have. I literally put my stripping knives, a comb, a brush, a 5-in-1 trimmer, and Dremel and nail clippers in a tote and walk in there. I feel like the most unburdened house call groomer ever. So I love it when they buy stuff like that. But I also like house call, and you absolutely despise it.
Yeah, absolutely despise it.
It's
So
not for everyone.
no, it's not. Mobile grooming is not for everyone. House call is not for everyone. Find your niche. Be happy doing what it is you want to do. Chris is very happy doing house call grooming. I would never say to her, it's a stupid decision.
And you know what? And as much as I like the idea of a van, and I love our sponsors. I love Hanby vans, but I don't. It would still take a lot to get me in one, only because I love house calls so much.
Okay, you know what?
It's the cool toys in the van, though. They got the cool toys, Mary.
Yes.
Yeah, they got the
And the one
cool
thing I'm going to
toys.
say about Hanby vans, that AC.
That AC is nice. Oh, they're new. That big van energy.
Yeah.
All right, I am tempted. If I am sorely tempted by that. I'm not gonna lie. It's
I did the entire time. So I had got my van, the last van I got from Hanby was a 2016. And this is long before the whole big van energy nonsense. But
nonsense, she says.
I didn't have it. I didn't have it. Okay. But that AC, all right. I think first of all, I never had that AC on higher than medium. And I probably only put it into medium on a couple occasions. Most of the time, that AC on low was more than sufficient.
Yeah, that's just a beautiful thing.
Of course, the other thing we can discuss, all right, what's just hit the news.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, a dog died in the mobile grooming van from carbon monoxide poisoning,
Oh Jesus.
and the groomer is hospitalized.
Oh,
Okay.
the groomer's hospitalized too. Ooh.
Yeah, so it's fairly significant.
Didn't that happen a while ago?
No, this happened. That's hitting the news right as we are talking right
That
now.
happened again. That happened again. No, it happened a couple years ago too. Because I remember like all my mobile groomer friends in the neighborhood were like, "Look at my carbon monoxide detectors." The girl whose van I borrow was like, "And this is the carbon monoxide detector because oh my God."
Yeah. So I wrote an article for Groomer to Groomer several years back. I'm probably going to resurrect it so that I could share it again because it is really important. Carbon monoxide is dangerous. You don't smell. There's no odor in it. Okay. And there's a couple of reasons how you get carbon monoxide leaks into your van. First one, vents are open and you're grooming near lawn equipment. So the smoke from the lawnmowers are being circulated into your van. That's
Or your generator is on.
no. This couple. This is one
Okay.
of the reasons. Second reason is that you're idling or driving, and the exhaust underneath the van is coming up now through the seams. Okay. The third one is your generator is not vented properly. Okay. Or is vented properly. However, you're backed up to like a bush or a building, and the exhaust is just being circulated back into. Okay. Which was a bigger problem when I had the Dodge van. I had mechanic make something which is directed. So basically, what it did is it extended the tailpipe from the generator out a little further, so it was less likely to come back into the generator. All right, and of course, leaks, especially as the van ages. Just we're bouncing around on the highway. Things bounce loose. Seams can get a little loose. So even if you're doing all the things correctly, you can still get carbon monoxide leak. That's why the detectors are so important. And what prompted the article in Groomer to Groomer, this is a couple years ago, many years ago, is that in my Dodge van, the door between the cab and the work area with the latch was broken, so it was swinging back and forth. All right. And I knew there was a leak. I knew there was a problem with the exhaust, but I was going on vacation. I scheduled to drop my van off before going on vacation because it was a little minor leak. But then all of a sudden, as I'm driving and that van door is swinging open, the carbon monoxide detector goes off. So my vacation started a little bit early. Carbon monoxide is not a joke.
No.
It has a half-life. It takes a long time to dissipate out of your body. I see the dog dying before her because the body is smaller than the, well, in most cases. The dog is smaller than the human, so it can't, it builds up. It's more to build up, I guess, lack of a better word. All right. But yeah, if she's in the hospital, she probably has organ damage. I don't know what the circumstances are. Any article that I've read has not been clear.
Yeah, this is just within the past 24 hours. So this will be almost a month old by the time it passes. So hopefully there will be some answers. But yeah. Yeah, I wonder how I'm worried about the groomer too.
Oh, absolutely. She's in the hospital.
He's
in the hospital.
Yeah.
You're not going to be in the hospital unless you're really sick.
Yeah. Well, no, he was unconscious and foaming at the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And the dog was still in the tub. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And the guy only worked for the mobile grooming company like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Oy. Okay, I'm gonna.
Don't know the particulars, so I'm not gonna say anything.
No.
Company because I don't.
No. Because also the way that was described in the article, I don't know if the guy knows how mobile grooming vans are set up, because it was from the article I read, it was from the perspective of the dog's owner, who went out because he went, oh, this is taking long. And he did open up the back of the van and he saw the generator running. And he's like, and it was in the van, but there was like a divider. And I'm like, well, then it's not really, it isn't in the van. So I could see why like a layperson would be like, the generator's inside the van. And that's obviously not correct, but mobile grooming vans are,
thing.
if they're set up correctly.
maybe it's not set up correctly. I don't know. Again, I don't know the detail.
But then again, I don't know the details. I haven't seen a picture of this because I could see if he's standing behind the van, hearing the generator, even in, I'm not even going to name names because I don't want people saying I'm saying it was this kind of van, but I've been in certain grooming vans where you would think the generator is in the van and it's kind of not, just from opening the back. And yes, you're going to smell exhaust because you're standing in back of the van.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So technically my Dodge fan, the first fan I had, the generator was in the van in an Onan.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I mean. That you'd think, oh, this is in the van. Oof. Okay. I'm going to hit a button because we have a very, very, very quick button to hit, and I'm very bothered by that article. I'm very upset because that was so freaking preventable, and I'm feel bad for the guy who was in the hospital, and he shouldn't have had to go through that, because that should be a piece of standard equipment in the grooming van. I'm going to do it. This commercial is not going to do anything to get me unriled up, but we'll make an attempt. I'm riled up, Mary.
Pet Edge is the pet professional's choice for supplies and equipment from top brands. Check their website for new products, sales, and special offers. For a limited time, save 5% off your order with promo code TRAVELER5. Find what you need to succeed at petedge.com.
No, it didn't unrile me up because I'm like, no, that should be standard equipment.
Well, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be posting the article from groomer to groomer all over the place. At least be aware of the signs. And here's another thing too. Right. So my friend Beth, she had a carbon monoxide leak underneath her thing. So the generator was seeping up underneath the floorboards. And it also affects behavior. So she was getting like a low dose of carbon monoxide poisoning. And she was grouchy as hell. All right. All of her dogs were more poorly behaved, which wasn't normal. You know?
Yeah.
And it was because she brought the van in for something else that they noticed the leak. Right? A couple weeks later, she's back to her normal self. And I'm like, man, you're a bitch for those couple of weeks. It changes behaviors.
Yeah. Our bodies know when stuff is wrong and stuff affects us different ways. Like even a low-level headache will change your behavior.
Yeah.
And there are times when you can have a low-grade headache for so long, you don't remember it's there.
Yeah.
But you're still cranky. That is still a thing.
Yep.
But I'm trying to bring it back to the other topic because I'm still. Okay, no, not going to get into it here. Maybe later. Just rant. But the other thing we're talking about is setting boundaries with our clients. And it's easier to know how to set those when we can tell something about their personality type or how you think they're going to take that news. And let me tell you, if you think it's hard as a mobile groomer, it's worse as a house caller because I'm literally in their home. I don't react well to people telling me what to do in my damn house. I suppose depending on what that is. But in general, if somebody came in and was like being bossy McBossy pants at me, I'm like, I'm a grown-ass person in my home. If it's a service provider telling me how to maintain my HVAC system, for example, and telling me things I have to do to take care of it and make sure I have heat and air conditioning. That's different. So we have to look at it like that. It may be difficult to do and say, but we are the expert in this field.
Yep.
And we're telling them something to do. There is nothing for you back there, dog. We're telling them something to do for the health and safety of their pet.
Yes. So, like I said, I used teaching aids. That helped a lot. But pamphlets and stuff written by authorities can help.
Yeah.
I have not necessarily seen an actual like handout for heat stroke, which just goes to show that
That's crazy.
yeah,
Because
a lot of information on websites, but I don't see anything where like I can like just hand it to the client. You ought to read this. In this particular area, it doesn't necessarily get that hot until it does, so we enjoy like maybe upper 60s weather, like I don't know, year round. It's kind of cool. But then it gets all of a sudden it gets hot. But people have gotten used to like leaving their dogs, taking their dogs in their cars, and it's not been an issue because it doesn't not get that hot. It's a lot of times very overcast and cloudy, right? And then all of a sudden it's 75 degrees and they still leaving their dog in the car while they go to Costco.
Mary, I'm going to put this on your plate instead of mine, because while I'm not allergic to money, I think you could get this knocked out well before me. We'll talk after, but this is now this is you get to write one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, or not.
We'll see. I'll add it to my list. I know exactly what you're going to ask me to do.
Because I said, surely such and such has to have one because they have other client brochures. They do not. Okay. Well, now that we've said that, done that, been there, gone there, let's hit another button. And we'll be right back.
I love being a household groomer, but I hate doing laundry or worrying about asking my clients for fresh towels. Raypet has solved those problems for me with the Wet Pet disposable towel. Taking up much less space than traditional cotton towels and easy to wring out and reuse, these super soft, comfy, absorbent towels eliminate any cross-contamination concerns between pets, and now their new smaller washcloth size can even help those sensitive eye areas. Great for cleaning out wrinkles gently and thoroughly. Need to keep water bowls for your clients on hand that are easy to disinfect, but hate all the room traditional clanky metal bowls take up? Or just have a very active pet? Their collapsible silicone bowl comes with an aluminum D-ring hook that can be attached to your pet's leash or anywhere else in your van for easy storage. You can get one by itself or in their handy travel kit, along with a set of 3 tick removers and 1 small wet pet towel. So stop by their website to check it out, raypet.net, and tell them the Traveling Groomers sent you.
Okie dokie, Smokey. So, topic to topicy. If you find confrontation in general hard, you may see this as a form of confrontation, and you may think this is difficult because I'm being confrontational with someone in their own home. But what you're being is a pet care professional. And what you're being is an advocate for the pet and for the dog. And okay, here's an example that happened to me today. I was supposed to have a really long day today,
I was not supposed to have time in the middle of my day to stop by Home Depot and buy Halloween things that were not on my list. But my second client of the day, and I've been grooming her dogs for a very long time now. She texted me and she said, "What time do you expect to arrive?" I gave her an estimate. She's like, "Okay, when you have a minute, I want to tell you something about one of my pets. Give me a call." I called her back right then and there. So she has 2 dogs. Now she's down to 2 dogs. One of them is really old, and the other one is probably considered a senior, but still on the younger end of senior. So not the really old one who's probably in heart failure, like not the ancient one that I'm like, I had the, oh no, call her about, wait, that's the younger dog. Like I'm thinking one of her dogs passed, but one of them had some kind of upper respiratory infection. Like she thought it was kennel cough, but the vet said it wasn't kennel cough, and the old dog didn't have it. So some kind of virus upper respiratory. She was sneezing. She was reverse sneezing. She was all these problems. She's been on antibiotics for a while. And like yesterday or today was her first really good day. So she seems better. And she was kind of like, wanted to let me know, because she knows I have dogs at home and maybe other dogs and doesn't want to spread stuff. And I was like, we're going to reschedule for 2 reasons. One is exactly that, is the dog I have scheduled after you is 16, will be 16 in December. I can't disinfect my clothes. What if I miss something? I'm not getting this dog sick. You know what I mean? I'm not going from one house to the other. It's going to have to be Friday. I'll be there late. Friday, I'll be there like 6 or something. And she's like, I can't ask you to do that. I can't ask you to come that late. It's Friday night. It's this, it's that. I'm in the service industry too. And I said, I know you would never ask me to do this. That's why I'm offering. So I set the boundary of, I will not be grooming your dog today. Not just for that reason, but if this is the dog's first full good day, and she hates grooming. She's decent for me, Mary, but she pees or poops in the sink 90% of the time I groom her. And I've been grooming her for over 7 years. I've tried everything. She just goes, bath, psh, and just pees. So
I had a
not doing it.
little Maltese that we couldn't begin to groom until he pooped. So I would put paper towels down on my table, and we would just sit and we'd just wait, and he'd be holding it in as long as he could.
He wants to poop on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And one time I realized it was taking a long time, but the little bugger pooped in my pocket already.
So he already pooped on you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a roundabout story, but yes, I set that boundary. I both set and broke one. I said, no, I'm not going to be grooming your dog today. I'm going to give him a couple more days to feel better. We'll touch base on Friday. And the only reason I would go so late is because normally I just say, we'll put it off a week. I'm going to be in Vegas next week at Super Zoo. I have no place to put this dog unless no. So bottom line is we'll figure it out. But I've decided when to break my rules and for who, because not only have I been grooming for this woman for between 7 and 10 years, the desk I'm sitting at, the chest behind me, and the beautiful marble top table with drawers, dresser thing that I use from my grooming table all came from her for free because she was getting rid of furniture for a move. So I'm like, Mary, have you seen my grooming table, my tool chest?
Show me after we wrap this up.
Oh, it's marble topped. But yes, I will show you after we wrap this up. It's beautiful. I have the bougiest grooming station possibly in New Jersey. Send me pics. I want to see your grooming setups and we'll compare, because I also just like seeing grooming salons. Sorry, ranting. I'm ranting, Mary. Probably because I'm still upset about that poor guy who's in the hospital because there wasn't a carbon monoxide detector in the van.
Yeah. At this point, there is no judgment and any conviction because don't know any of the details.
Yeah, I want to be judgy because it seems like, here, how about this? It seems like he was sent out in a van that didn't have a working carbon monoxide detector. If that is the case, I have some big judgment. But I don't know what happened, why there wasn't one in the van. So I am attempting to not judge, but look, a dog's dead and a person's in the hospital. I have some big feelings about that. Man, why don't people learn things? Why don't we, does this have to happen every fucking year?
Yeah, there's always a death in a grooming facility due to heat stroke.
Yeah.
Every single year. The carbon monoxide issue, I know this year now, and I'm pretty sure I've heard of several over the years. I won't say once a year I've heard it, but
that's the thing. I don't think it's yearly, but this is not the first time this happened. Oh, because a groomer actually died in Camden County, like in Jersey. (2021) Is this the one from Camden? Yeah, in 2021, the groomer died too. That's when everybody I knew was getting carbon monoxide detectors. So,
okay. I wrote the article, Groomer to Groomer, in 2015. Okay. In my mobile grooming classes, it is the one thing, all the safety things that we discuss. I'm sure I am not the only one who teaches mobile grooming has a discussion about carbon monoxide detectors. Continuing education is important, even if you think you know it all. The one thing you might pick up from that class.
yeah. Yeah. And actually, the thing I really remember from the class is being careful of parking on leaves.
Oh, yeah, please don't park on leaves. Not unless you go for a ride while you're on the van.
Yeah. I'm just gonna breathe deep. I'm just gonna breathe deep and stop ranting now, because senseless things bother me. And to me, this not learning from our mistakes in this is senseless, and it's makes me sad. And I'm going to hit the very last button. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, Mary, you know what the last commercial is. Oh. I'm so sorry, Henry. Oh, fudge.
Hanvey engineering isn't just for mobile groomers. I have loved my Hanvey equipment for years before I even thought of getting a mobile van, and I wouldn't want to groom without my Bathing Beauty and hair vac. With every piece of equipment in their van and outside of it having its own QR code linked to troubleshooting tips and fixes, these low-maintenance workhorses turn potential roadblocks into mere speed bumps. Check them out yourself at hanvey.com. Quick, Mary.
Yes.
Positive topic.
Okay. But sure, we got Pooh Bear here. Say something nice about Pooh Bear, Chris.
You know what? He's aging very well. The tan in his face camouflages his little gray face very well.
You hear that? You're growing old gracefully. Okay, so, okay, this is going to air. It's going to be after Groom Expo.
After Groom Expo, after Super Zoo, after Chicago, but before New England.
Okay, I won't be in New England, and I won't be at Fun in the Sun, but I will be at the Rocky Mountain Show in Mesa,
Arizona.
Yeah, I already booked all the trip. Booked my hotel.
I'm so excited. I've never been to Arizona, and I'm already looking at what I'm going to wear.
My costume's already, it's here. Yeah, I already got it.
I just realized I could have two.
Well, I'm bringing one costume. I'm not bringing two costumes.
I will pay for an extra suitcase or at least a full-size carry-on out of pocket just for the second costume I'm bringing. Yeah, no, I have to bring that. I'm legally required.
Okay, so.
I'll tell you after we hit record. It will be a surprise.
All right. And then on that note, we'll see everybody in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we will see everybody on 2 weeks. Remember, stand up for yourself, stand up for the pets in your care, and you can do that while setting your firm boundaries and still being pleasant and professional to your clients. Safe travels. Well, that was fun, but now it's time to head home. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed chatting with you. If there are any topics you'd like us to discuss or guests you want to see join us on this crazy road trip of ours, let us know in the Traveling Groomers Facebook page. Don't forget to thank our sponsors. And see you next week, guys. Safe travels.